somehow or other, we managed to get through the year 2024 and we entered the year 2025. Boy, that 2024 went by pretty quick. And here we are again in another new year. I was looking over some of the YouTubes I did of when years changed, and I was looking back at the 2023 to 2024 year. And what I had said on there would be in 2024, there'd be two old goats running for president, both with failing mental capacities. One of them would win, and sure enough, well, one actually backed out, but the other one did win. So this will be an interesting year indeed. See how all that works out. But it's a new year, and hopefully new things will happen. Good new things, not bad new things. Probably the best thing I can do for 2025 is stay away from all the news and all the political meanderings and arguments. Everybody seems to be divided and countries split in half. I don't need any of that. I'll just stay in my own little hole in the ground, if you would, and be safe. And stay around people that feel like me, don't want to get involved in politics, don't care about the government really. Just stay away from me, let me live my life, and you guys can stay in Washington and argue all day long and probably not get anything done. One of our subscribers from Australia, Anna, sent us these koala bears. They showed up on Christmas Eve. What a great thing. So Karen took a bunch of them, put them all over my computer, as you can see. And the kids were over, and they got a bunch of them too. So thank you, Anna. Great way to start the new year. I don't know if any of you make resolutions every time the year switches around. I quit doing that years ago. And the reason I quit that was because, you come into February and March and those resolutions are, seem like they just disappeared. Maybe like you never made them. So I don't do it at all. What I do is make little lists of what I hope to accomplish during the year. Like this year. We hope to go on like a 3-day trip down south into Oregon and see some sights that we haven't seen before. And we'll take our little Willow, our puppy, with us. We've never had a dog on a vacation, so that'll be fun. I also want to take more photographs. I want to do that every year, and I'm sure I will. But not just take a lot of photographs, but take some good ones, some different ones, maybe some artsy-fartsy kind of stuff. That would be cool. I would like to do that. I know a lot of my other friends and YouTube friends, they're doing all kinds of creative things. Tracy and Molly, they're gonna write a book, a child's book, and illustrate it. That's really good. And Deb and OJ are building a house in Canada, remodeling one. Well, actually, they got an old house, pretty much took it down to the studs and rebuilding it, but they're fun to watch, and so they've got plans too. Our other friends, Aaron and Deb, they're in a huge motorhome traveling the country, all over the place, seeing so many different things. I'm going to put a link to their channel in here because they're a great one to follow, and they do a little historical information on all the trips they do. So we're not going to be doing that. We're just going to hop in our car and spend 3 days down by Oregon and the ocean. We'll see that. So each new year, instead of doing the resolutions, like I said, they don't work, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, and you end up gaining 10 pounds, or I'm going to eat healthy foods as you're pulling into McDonald's, doing something like that. So I don't do that. That's torture. And usually it just leads to failure. So let's skip all that. But instead, what I do try to do is maybe this year I can be a better person. I can do something that makes me better. I can maybe raise my enlightenment. Wouldn't that be great? To be greater enlightened. Oh, I'd love that. Maybe this year. I had said last year that I thought we'd be on the verge of disclosure. In other words, the government would say, you know what, all those UFOs that we've been seeing flying around for the last 70 years, and we told you that it's swamp gas or it's the moon or Venus, and you guys are crazy. Well, I hate to tell you, but it's true. There are UFOs. They are flying around, and they are flown by other intelligent beings. Wouldn't that be nice if the government actually came out and said that? We're getting close. We've had some congressional hearings, and people have stepped forward to say some things, but they haven't come all the way. Maybe 2025 they will. Of course, that might cause some problems because with all the religions in the world, and with all the different gods in the world, and everybody's God is the main God, and everybody else's God is a foreign God and a foolish God. You know how that works with all those religions. In fact, all the wars going on because of religion. Well, now throw in another intelligent being. Ooh, that might cause some problems for a lot of religions. It might cause some problems for a lot of religious people. How do we make that right? How do we put in intelligent beings that aren't from this planet? I'm sure they'll come up with something, and I hope they do. But maybe that happens in 2025. That would be very exciting. Well, we plan to keep on walking in 2025. And we have lovely Miss Karen and Miss Willow here. So let's find out what they want in 2025.
Well, of course, I want peace on earth. That's not going to happen, is it? And Willow wishes for treats every day.
Yes, she does.
She loves food.
And
frankly, so do I.
Yeah, and she'll get the treats.
Yeah, and I plan on maybe I'll try cooking some different things.
Doggy treats.
Yeah, dog treats and bread. Let's make bread.
Oh, bread. Yes, I love bread. Especially warm out of the oven, slathered with butter.
Butter.
What do you think, Willow?
Willow likes it too. Let's do it.
That's not too much to ask for 2025.
No, not at all.
2024 is quite a year. Did you know that in 2024 we have 5 Category 5 hurricanes down by the southern part of the states? And they did a record damage. Just one of them, Helena, I think the name of it was, did like $250 million worth of damage. It's a lot of damage. Along with that, we set heat records in many cities across the United States. The world had the warmest year ever recorded. That's pretty good, I guess. Well, no, that's not good at all. We had wildfires, we had tornadoes, we had flooding. We had a lot of stuff going on. Whether you believe in climate change or not, doesn't matter. Because Mother Nature says, I don't care what you think, take this. Hoping in 2025, that doesn't happen. Well, when I was putting this video together, it wasn't quite 2025. Well, we're way into 2025 now by almost 2 weeks. Kind of got delayed on this one. But anyway, I was reviewing one of the clips and I mentioned, I hope that in 2025, the weather won't be as disastrous as it had been in 2024. Boy, was I ever wrong on that one. This year started off with it was just horrible. On New Year's Eve, we had a U.S. veteran drive into a crowd at New Orleans, caused multiple deaths, multiple injuries. Seems like he had taken on the radicalized ISIS faction. Same day, we had another, actually, he was an active U.S. soldier, drove his Tesla truck under a Trump awning by a Trump hotel in Vegas and blew it all up and shot himself in the head. Not sure what all that was about. And now, in the last week, the fires in Los Angeles are the worst fires in the history of this country. All happening here in January. My heart goes out for all the people out there in Los Angeles. The casualties are horrible, not just the deaths, but the loss. People lost their house, but that's one thing, but they lost every single thing they owned. They just were able to get out of their house and everything else is gone. And it's still raging. It's still going on as I record this today. And in fact, they say the Santa Ana winds will be picking up in the next day to 90 miles an hour. And there's more damage coming. Incredible, incredible. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the people in California and the Los Angeles area. I think it's horrible what we read, that they've taken this disaster and turned it into a political football, taking advantage of it. That's not what we as Americans should be doing. We as Americans should be showing empathy and doing everything we can to help, not to separate. I mean, it's bad enough where our country is now. We're so separated and divided. But when it comes to people hurting, we shouldn't be divided about that. We all know what hurt is like, and we should come together. And I hope we do. I've got a lot more to say, but I'm not going to say it. I think later on I'll be doing a video. I think I'll just call it The Old Man Speaks. And I'm going to say what I think. So you might not like that one, or maybe you will. Stay tuned for that. But keep in your mind, keep in your hearts, the people in LA, the people that are suffering all over the world. And maybe January was just kind of a strange month, and the rest of 2025 would be better. I hope. I don't know. I just don't know. We'll see though, because we're going to go through it. So I know it's tough to say, but embrace your journey, folks. Some of these journeys are very, very hard. But if you escaped that fire and you lost everything, but you still have yourself and your family, embrace that. And until next week, when the old man speaks, I'll see you then.